on three. 1, 2, 3.
Win!
The alley-oop!
Alongside the head coach for the St. Martin Saints, Natalie Marlowe. Coach, that was not a bad weekend. Clinching a playoff berth for the first time in a decade against Alaska Fairbanks, and then a win against Alaska Anchorage. What does this past weekend mean to you as a coach?
Anytime you can win a game on senior night, you got to feel great about it. Obviously, who we played made it a little more special. When you beat the number one team in the conference, the nationally ranked team, you feel really good about yourselves. The one thing I hope our team doesn't do is feel too good about themselves. But no, you don't want to downplay it at all. I mean, we knew exactly what we needed to do going into the weekend in order to secure our spot in the tournament. We did what we needed to do, and we got the job done on Thursday. And then for us to be able to push through, and, we've talked all year about being able to stack wins. We haven't had really winning streaks within the conference. So for us to get that at the end, I think really showed our kids and our team, like, hey, we're not just capable of hanging with the best. We're capable of beating the best. So, I think that, did some good things for our confidence going into this week.
And as we look into next week in a moment, Central Washington coming up, you have two key players that stood out, Madelyn Brown and Kiana Rios, and their impact you cannot begin to talk about St. Martin's women's basketball team without beginning with Madelyn Brown and Kiana Rios, both of them having huge roles.
Yeah, I mean, Madelyn, is not going to be putting up 20, 30 points like some of our kids are, but without Mads, we don't win a lot of games. I mean, she is our glue on the defensive end and also as a leader, being one of our captains. She's the voice, she's the heartbeat of this team, and a major reason why we found the success that we have, at the end of last year, but also into this year. Just an all-around phenomenal kid. She's a joy to be around. She's funny. Don't tell her I said that. But no, she's a great kid, and she really, everyone trusts in her. And when she's talking, everyone's locked in. Everyone listens just because of the care and the genuine authenticity that kid brings every single day. So, again, without her, we do not win half the games that we have. And even though her stats aren't going to show up, in the steals column or all that, she gets the toughest assignment every single night. She's a main contributor to why we can shut down some of the phenomenally talented players that are in this conference. So hats off to her. And then, Kiki is just old reliable. She comes up in really big moments, as she did this past weekend. She's been going through a few bumps and bruises throughout the season, so the numbers haven't been consistent to what she's capable of. So we're hoping that flip can be switched this weekend. Get some more shots to fall from the outside. But I mean, overall, you can never question that kid's toughness and the determination that she plays with. On the rebounding end, I mean, she's been just consistent for us, getting major rebounds and, again, making big shots at really crucial times for us. So both those kids are just a pleasure to coach. Never going to question me or what we're doing. They've got full faith and trust in what I'm asking them to do, but their effort and energy every single day is why we're playing this week.
And they are playing this week. And here is Kiana Rios about her journey and her way through Warden all the way up to St. Martin's. Alongside Kiana Rios, and Kiana, what a season it's been for your St. Martin's team, and going to the playoffs for the first time in a decade. And Kiana, let's start personally for you and where it all began. Where did that love for the game begin for you?
I mean, my parents have both been athletic their entire lives and stuff, so I feel like they knew early on that they wanted us to play sports, and I don't think that they really had a designated sport for us. They wanted us to find that for ourselves. So I started actually playing softball first and then grew up doing that. But then I found the love for basketball. A lot of the girls I grew up with, one of their dads actually created this little like league for us when we were younger, and it started in 3rd grade, and we just like rode that out all the way to like obviously high school and stuck with the same group of girls, and it just became like this really beautiful thing. And I just feel like the bond that like I built with all of them made like playing basketball so much more fun. And like I feel like that's where like the love for the sport came from, was just being surrounded by like the people I loved, and like obviously winning and stuff. So like that came as a plus. So I just feel like it all started like then.
And then it morphed its way into high school
Yeah.
with Warden. And what was the journey like, leading all the way up to eventually a state championship for you?
Yeah. So it was a lot. Like we started off as a 1A program. So like we were playing like a lot of the type of teams like Kashmir, LaSalle, like all of them, like once we made tournaments and stuff. So it was always harder to like stay consistent once we made state. But when we dropped to 2B, there's not as much competition in our conference. So we're having to like reach out and like call these like 4A schools and like trying to like find competition and stuff. So there was like times where we were like upsetting some like the bigger schools and like the league and stuff. And I just feel like our head coach in high school just was really good about like preaching a lot of what Marlowe preaches to us, like, which is why I love Marlowe so much. Like it's just like you can't get anywhere without putting in like a lot of hard work. And I just feel like everyone on my team in high school knew what it took to like get to where we ended up my senior year, which was our state championship. And like we faced Colfax in the championship, and like Asher Kai was there. Like we ended up holding her to below her average. Like it was like really like great, and then beating them like by 20 points in the championship was actually insane. Like so like we like grinded out the entire like tournament. The atmosphere that we were in, like it was crazy. Like I just loved every moment of it.
What is, for those that haven't played in Spokane Arena, what is that atmosphere like?
It was insane. Like I mean, I'm from Warden. Like this town is so small. Like you don't see things or get to experience things like that. So like just walking in like on the days where all the teams are like being able to like just walk around the arena, get a feel for it and stuff. Like we're just like, this is actually insane. Like we're used to like our little gym with like bleachers not even going up like half the way they are here in this gym. So it's just like, whoa. Then like you have all the spotlights shooting down, and then when you are practicing on the court, you have like the lights hitting you in like certain angles and stuff. So like having to like adjust to that. But like once our whole town showed out for us, it was amazing. Like I have videos and stuff still to this day that I go back and look at, because it's just like our whole like community came together, and they were like very supportive, and like it was just crazy, because you'd look up and there'd be like people with like letters on their stomachs, like trying to like cheer for us and stuff. It was crazy. Like fans were like very great, and I don't know, it was just really fun. I wish I could relive that moment again.
One that I'm sure, one of those games that is right in the upper echelon, that state championship win against Colfax and Asher Kai.
Mm-hmm.
But for the senior year that comes to an end, how did it all start with moving from Warden to here at St. Martin's?
I guess the transition, like I did put in extra work and stuff. Like I reached out to like my AAU coaches and stuff, and we were doing stuff over the summer, my freshman year, and I wasn't like traveling anymore for AAU because I didn't want to like risk getting injuries and stuff. So I was doing lots of like injury prevention. Like I started lifting weights because I hadn't done that before, because I knew that coming in I was going to need to be a lot stronger playing against bigger girls. So that's when I started lifting, and then getting here and just like rolling in. Like I remember my first practice, like official practice or just like regular non-official practice, I guess, but like I was playing defense against Low Morris, and like I took a huge hit, and I was just like, oh dang, like this is real, like this is a whole nother level. Like I like straight up like got the wind knocked out of me, and I was just like, okay, now I need to like really lock in and like do what I need to do to like get better, so then that way I can face these girls and stuff. So like, and then from then on I just like have been like relying on my teammates to like make myself better and like do what I can to like make them better. So
steady improvement. And we talk about this season and an incredible ride, and you being one of the primary scorers for Natalie Marlowe's side. Where have you seen this group develop the most within not only this year but also last season?
I feel like just we're really focusing on like paying attention to like the little things, I guess, like whether it's like free throws, like because those have been what comes down to like our most previous games and stuff. So like we're just real nitpicky more this year than last year, and I feel like that's what's like gotten us wins over this season, like against some of the bigger teams in the conference. And I just feel like once we lock in on that, and we are just really great, like we are able to like show our full potential like more consistently when we pay attention to stuff like that.
Now, the last Saturday, the win against Alaska Anchorage, one that definitely one of the tops in your books. You had the game-winning bucket with 40 seconds left, and what was that moment like? The bucket and then the realization that you just beat Alaska Anchorage.
Yeah, so I guess like that game in general, like I wasn't scoring as efficiently as I was, but like I was trying to do the most I could still, like whether that was playing defense or like feeding to my teammates and still being there and providing that energy and stuff. So like in that moment when I did make that shot, I was just like, okay, like now we got to get back. Like good shot, but like oh well, like got to get back. Can't like let that get too high, to not get too low. So and then Jada, like she played an amazing game too, and she's just an incredible player, and I feel like that's a lot. Just seeing her like have that confidence and stuff instills confidence in everyone else, because then everyone just gets really hyped and stuff. So I feel like that game, there was just so much going on, and there was so much like drive, and everyone had fire in their eyes. Like you can just see it, like everyone's on the bench like locked in and stuff. So I feel like everyone just like locked in and was able to like put it together, and we just made less mistakes, and we were there, came up on top.
In the end, the win against Alaska Anchorage, and now on Thursday, 7:30, you played Asher Kai in a state championship in high school. Now you get to play against Asher Kai in the first round GNAC playoffs. What's it going to take to come away with a win against Central Washington this time?
Well, they're a good team, but I believe in us, and I feel like if we do everything that we can and control the controllables, like we'll be great. And I'm just really excited to like show out and be here, and obviously we're hosting and stuff, so like we get to have like all of our fans, and like my family will be here too, so it'll just be really great, and it's one I'm looking forward to, so really excited.
Should be a fun ride, and Saints fans will definitely enjoy seeing Kiana Rios in action. Kiana, thanks for the time.
Of course.
Let's head back to head coach Natalie Marlowe. Wow, Kiana Rios, what a story, from playing in high school level from 1A up to 2B, and then state championship, and then coming here and playing such a huge role. And man, it's been such a thrill to watch Kiana Rios play this year, and must be also quite a thrill to coach her.
No, totally. And I think the cool thing was, even though we didn't get the win out at Central a few weeks ago, the whole city of Warden was there to support the Rios sisters. And again, that's a testament to what she brings to our program now, was just that family and that culture, being just really bought into the togetherness and the family aspect.
And then you mentioned earlier the glue of this team, Madelyn Brown, her story from Auburn all the way up to St. Martin's. We talked to her earlier this week. Alongside Madelyn Brown, and Madelyn, you talk about the journey. First we heard from Kiana, now about you. Where did it all begin?
Well, I grew up in a basketball family. As long as I can remember, I've loved the game of basketball, and I've played the game of basketball. My siblings, my parents, they all played, and so I just went along with them, and I just grew a love that I've never had in any other sports. I played a lot of other sports. I've tried them out all throughout high school, but basketball just always stuck out, and so I just stuck with it.
And here you are to this day,
Yeah.
and the time with Auburn. What stood out about the people there and the development that you had over at Auburn High School?
Well, the people there are great. I still talk to so many people. I grew up with a lot of them, so just being able to grow up with them and play high school had an honor of playing high school with my cousin and my sister, and we went all the way to state my senior year, and so just being able to lead them and be with them and just build such a community was just a really good blessing. And yeah, I'm really proud of the relationships I made from there, and now I made here.
And the people want to know. They really want to know. Madelyn, how in the world do you play such stout defense?
It's just defense is all the want. You got to really want it. And I feel like I just focus on nothing else. When I'm out the court, everything else just goes away, and I just focus on the next play, and yeah.
Locked in, and as far as looking ahead with the GNAC tournament coming up, Central Washington team that had 2 tough games in the first regular season matchups. What's it going to take for the postseason to be vastly different?
I think we just got to play our game, stay consistent. We've been struggling with that, so I think if we stay consistent and just play our game and don't let any other team slow us down or speed us up and just stay confident with each other, be good. I'm confident. I'm excited.
What stands out about the job that Natalie Marlowe has done for you and for the team as a whole?
Man, she's done so much. I feel like she's flipped the program in so many different ways as she's came. I feel like even the culture she's built here and all of us just following along. And I feel like she's such a big person on helping us grow, not on the basketball court, but just in our future as women, as this world, in this world, as women in this world, just becoming ourselves and confident in ourselves. And yeah, I think she shaped us in so many different ways, and yeah.
And fantastic for Madelyn Brown, and also her fantastic coach, Natalie Marlowe, as we'll head right back to her. Madelyn Brown, what a story for her. They're surrounded by a basketball background, and now heavy part of the St. Martin's team. And now you look towards this week, matchup once again with Central Washington. First 2 times, Central narrowly escaping with wins. What's it going to take here in round number 3 for it to be different?
Yeah, we've talked about details all week, and even going into the last time we played them, it's about details. And when you're in tournament play, it's the team that makes the least amount of mistakes is the one that's usually going to come out on top. Really being diligent with how we're executing our offense, what we're trying to do, any defensive schemes that they're throwing at us that are a little bit different than we're used to. We're going to be ready for everything, and I think that's something that I really try to navigate early in the season with our team, is putting them in different defensive situations, putting them in different offensive situations, really trying to teach them the game instead of our offense, so that when you get to tournament time, you're able to, see some counters and adjust because you've been through it at one time already in the season. But yeah, we've got to be able to handle, Sunny and Asher, 2 outstanding scorers, not only in our conference but in the country. So we are always going to have your work cut out for yourself when you're playing against 2 kids that can score the way they can. If we can shore up some things, and ultimately if we can get a few more shots to fall, I like our chances. We left a bunch of free throws out on the line the last time we played them. Some tough situations down the stretch in the third quarter, into the fourth quarter for us. But, I love where we're headed. I love the trend line that we've been on the last week and a half. And I really loved how our kids played when we were at Central. Hopefully we get some home bounces now that we're playing in our home gym. So looking forward to it. But, yeah, we're just really excited to have another opportunity at them to knock off one of the top teams in the conference.
St. Martin's will play on Thursday at 7:30. Should they win, they'll play at 7:30 again. And if it is GNAC championship game, 7:30 on Saturday. That's all the time that we have for Natalie Marlowe Show. For head coach Natalie Marlowe and our SID Matt Schwarzler, I'm Danny DeBock saying so long and take care. And as always, it's a great day to be a Saint.